It is always a pleasure and an honor to have you here listening to my messages or watching my messages. So, today I'm going to talk to you about something that's really important, and I would like you to pay attention to this because it refers to your safety online. So, how do you keep yourself safe and free from exploitation by supposedly health professionals who are offering their services online? Right, so there are five things, exactly five things that you really need um, to do to stay safe. The first one is ask, what is it that you would do to help me solve my problem? When you ask that question, people are going to tell you how they work. So, are you going to meet on Zoom? Are we going to meet in person? And how does a session run? What have you got to offer? And the people who don't know what they are doing, they will stumble to answer your question. The other is qualifications. Now, qualifications is something really, it's very difficult nowadays because you see, to be a coach, you can have 1 year. I think there is even a 6 months full-time training to become a health coach. So you don't need to do like I did, not to spend years and years and years at university and get lots of degrees to feel confident and fit to help someone with a health issue. And that is it's very challenging because there you can't blur the boundaries, right? Because there are health issues that only one professional can solve. Like I work with pain, right? And I'm becoming each day I become more of an expert in pain. I absolutely love it. But I wouldn't take anybody with a pain knowing they don't have a doctor and without them signing, if they don't want a doctor, signing and taking full responsibility for what's going to happen in their um, work with me, because it refers to the physical body. And if I'm assisting someone who has pain, has never been diagnosed with anything, it's a massive risk. It's much safer to see a doctor. But some people don't want to do that. Then they take the risk themselves. So you need to be really aware when you look for a professional, that professional knows exactly what they are offering, what are the implications for you know for that patient if they are not connected with other health professionals. One thing that I always mention to my people is pain can be a result of inflammation, and inflammation can be caused by a poor diet. If you eat sugar all day, most likely your body will be inflamed in more than one way. But if you never ever talked to a doctor or to a dietitian, so you come to see me, we could be shooting in the dark because we don't know if there is a physical problem there that needs to be solved before I can come and work with people, because my work is basically on the basis of emotions. So when you talk to other professionals, try to make clear in your head what is it that this professional knows about their job, about their work, and what kind of qualifications have they acquired that gives them the competence to help you solve your problems. And as I said, to be a health coach or a hypnotherapist, you don't need to have a master's degree or a doctorate on anything. It always helps to, the more a person knows, the better, but it is not necessary. A person with an advanced with a diploma of advanced clinical hypnotherapy should be well trained to deal with most health problems that a person presents with. And of course, they are not there to replace a doctor's job, and they are not there to replace dietitian's job or any other professional. They know exactly what they can do and whether or not they can do, because sometimes they can't do anything for a person. Okay. Um, but you need to ask, what qualifications do you have? And with those qualifications also come a membership to a body. I would never ever go and see a professional who's not associated to anybody, because that professional could be in la la land doing whatever they want to do, and there is no one to supervise them, there is no accountability, so they need to belong to some governing body. The third thing is the testimonials. You'll be very, very careful with testimonials, because first, because not every client can give them a testimonial. I work a lot of women with women. I work with a lot of women, and a lot of those women have problems that are specific to women, and has to do with their genitals, it has to do with the way they perceive their bodies and all that. They are not going to write a testimonial to say, I had a meeting with Marissa, and all the pain in my vagina is gone. They are not going to say, even if they don't mention the word, in their head they think that they are talking and people are seeing through. So a lot of the times people can't give testimonials. On the other hand, there are organizations on the internet that produce testimonials. They charge a fee and they deliver those testimonials. They do exist, and they exist not only in the area of health, but for restaurants, for the entertaining industries, for tourism. So you'll be really careful. See if you can follow up as much as you can about the testimonials that you read, because some of them may not be true. Some of them may be fake. The other thing, fourth thing that you need to ask is how. Exactly how are you going to help me solve my problem? If the professional says, oh, I don't know, it depends on what you bring to the session, that's not good enough. They will have something that they were trained in to talk. They could even get like super specialized, and then they go like a hypnotherapist. Oh, I use the golden thread, and I use this and that, and the symbols, blah blah. Then, if they say that, you have the right to ask, what is it? What is the symbols? What's the golden thread? And they might use words like deepener. What is a deepener? You ask. You have the right to ask before you engage with someone. You need to know what they are doing. If they go technical, you don't understand, ask. You have the right to ask. Never make a decision not knowing what you are doing. Now, the fifth is about you. You really need to be honest. Plain, blunt, honest. If you're going to see a therapist for a problem, and that problem is very embarrassing, you will start talking to yourself in the mirror. Eventually, you will feel comfortable in disclosing that problem to the therapist. Many years ago, I worked as a sex therapist, and I always said to people, this is going to be very embarrassing for most people, but I really need to ask embarrassing questions, and you need to be honest, and you need to speak up. And I don't ask it only to you, it's anybody. The questions are for anybody who come to ask for help. And sometimes I had couples sitting in front of me and blushing, and I'm saying, listen, I heard the answer a million times, but I still need to hear the answer from you. And whatever you do, I have seen or heard it done before. So speak up. So when you are honest, what you are doing is you are just paving the way for a good relationship with that professional, because a professional relationship is no different than any other relationship. If you can't establish trust, you won't get anywhere. So go to the specific problem that you have and tell them why is it a problem for you, how it happened, and how would you live if you couldn't solve this problem? And what a difference would it make in your life if the problem is solved? So all of this is very important that you disclose in an honest way. If you give half answers, if you avoid, if you tell stories or invent, that's not going to work, and it's not going to be the therapist's fault. So that's it. Ask what they're going to do, ask about their qualifications, check the testimonials, check that they belong to a professional body, ask them exactly how they're going to do, and be honest. If they are real professionals, they have heard it all before. There's nothing to be embarrassed about. So, all the best and good luck.